Coronation Street spoilers. Sarah's murder confession rocks Weatherfield as Christina's secret threatens to unravel. Another explosive week is on the way in Weatherfield, with Coronation Street spoilers revealing huge developments for several residents. While Sarah Platt's involvement in Theo Silverton's death is finally exposed, Christina Boyd also struggles to keep a personal secret hidden. At the same time, Betsy Swain continues her recovery after receiving life-changing medical news, and the police investigation into Theo's murder reaches a dramatic turning point. Following Betsy's collapse and her emergency trip to hospital, tensions remain high. Back on the cobbles, Brody Michaelis confronts Dylan Wilson over the rumors he has been spreading about him. Brody insists that if he were in Betsy's position, he would have no hesitation in pressing criminal charges. His words leave Dylan shaken, especially after Ryan Connor gives him some blunt advice that forces him to reflect on his own actions. Feeling consumed by guilt, Dylan later visits Betsy in hospital and sincerely apologizes, admitting that he now accepts responsibility for the part he played in the events that left her seriously ill. However, when a police officer arrives to take Betsy's official statement, a nervous Dylan quietly slips away, fearing what she might reveal. As Betsy continues her recovery, Lauren Bolton visits her in hospital and finds her struggling through her physiotherapy exercises. When Betsy asks for help getting to the toilet, Lauren supports her, but the experience leaves Betsy embarrassed and frustrated by how much her life has changed. Meanwhile, the investigation into Theo Silverton's murder gathers pace. At the cafe, DC Kit Green attempts to question McLaughlin again, hoping to uncover fresh information about the case. McLaughlin refuses to cooperate and instead watches Kit with growing suspicion. Believing Gary Windass is about to be arrested, Kit shares his theory with Sarah, leaving her deeply worried after remembering that the outfit she wore on the night Theo died is still being examined by forensic experts. Elsewhere, Maria Connor hears from Fizz that Kit believes Gary is the police's main suspect. However, events take a dramatic turn when detectives discover evidence pointing directly at Sarah instead. As the Platt family record a birthday video message for Audrey, police officers suddenly arrive at the house and arrest Sarah on suspicion of murdering Theo, leaving everyone stunned. Later, Kit receives a phone call from Sarah at the police station and does everything he can to reassure her. But inside the investigation office, DS Lisa Connor Swain makes it clear that Sarah is now their leading suspect. She also warns Kit that detectives believe he may have become too personally involved in the case. Lisa firmly tells him that Sarah will be charged with murder and warns him that if he values his career, he must stop trying to protect her. Back at home, Maria admits to Gary that she fears the police could eventually clear Sarah and shift their attention towards him. Gary dismisses her concerns and insists she has nothing to worry about. However, Maria's suspicions intensify when she notices Sally Metcalf's phone screensaver, which features a photograph taken at Carla's wedding. Looking more closely, she spots Gary standing in the background and immediately asks Sally to send her the picture. Once home, Maria confronts Gary with the photograph, pointing out that it proves he was on the street that evening and not at the builder's yard as he had repeatedly claimed. Faced with undeniable evidence, Gary is left struggling to explain his lies. Elsewhere, Todd Grimshaw shocks Summer Spellman by admitting that he now knows Sarah was responsible for Theo's death. He quickly reassures her that he only learned the truth after Summer had already been questioned by police. At the same time, Kit privately urges Sarah to tell detectives everything she knows, including Gary's involvement in helping her after Theo died. Whether she will fully cooperate remains uncertain. Later, after seeing Gary, Maria, and the children enjoying a family meal together, Kit loses his temper and confronts Gary. Furious, he accuses him of pretending everything is normal, while Sarah remains behind bars facing a murder charge. With Sarah in custody, Kit finds himself struggling to care for young Harry alone. Fortunately, Sarah's former husband, Adam Barlow, steps in to help after calming a difficult situation at Roy's Cafe, before offering Kit whatever support he needs during the crisis. Meanwhile, Maria continues pretending everything is fine for the sake of the boys, but privately tells Gary that he has left her with no choice. She reveals that she intends to withdraw the statement she previously gave to police, admitting it provided Gary with a false alibi. Desperate not to lose his family, Gary pleads with Maria to give him another chance. He insists that he loves her and not Sarah, leaving Maria torn over what to believe. Hoping to find the truth for herself, she visits Sarah in prison and angrily confronts her for dragging Gary into Theo's death. Finally, deciding she can no longer live with the guilt, Sarah confesses to Lisa that she killed Theo. The confession raises one crucial question. Will she also reveal exactly how Gary helped her cover up the crime? As Sarah's revised police statement reaches Weatherfield, Kit is left stunned after she reveals that it was Jody Ramsey who attacked her on the night of Theo's death. At the same time, Maria struggles to come to terms with the consequences of Gary's involvement and what it could mean for the future of their family. Elsewhere, David and Shona Platt are delighted to learn that Harper is finally well enough to return home from hospital. However, their happiness is quickly overshadowed when they hear about Sarah's murder confession. At the same time, Nick Tilsley, Toya Battersby, and Leanne Battersby receive the welcome news that Sam Blakeman has also been discharged from hospital. Even so, Nick fears the emotional impact the latest family scandal could have on Sam when he discovers that his Aunt Sarah has been charged with murder. Away from the investigation, Christina Boyd's financial troubles continue to spiral. A courier delivers another parcel to number 11, leaving Christina embarrassed as she admits to Todd that she still cannot control her spending habits. When George Shuttleworth notices the package, Todd quickly claims it belongs to him in an attempt to spare Christina's embarrassment. Although Todd covers for her, he warns Christina that he will not keep lying to George and urges her to be honest about her financial situation. Christina promises she will change, but Todd later confides in Summer that Christina is still secretly spending money she doesn't have while hiding the truth from George. Summer fears the deception can only end badly. Todd also reveals to James Bailey that he plans to donate Theo's life insurance payout rather than keep it. Unfortunately, Christina completely misreads the situation and excitedly tells a cash-strapped George that Todd intends to give him some of the money. Whether her assumption is correct remains to be seen. Later in the week, Todd and Summer announce that they have booked flights to Thailand and will soon be traveling to visit Eileen Grimshaw and Jason Grimshaw. Meanwhile, Ollie Driscoll reveals he has been offered a new job in Brighton. Although Lauren Bolton hides her disappointment, she encourages him to accept the opportunity. However, fate intervenes when Ben answers a phone call from the Brighton restaurant and discovers Ollie has missed the deadline, meaning the position has already been filled. Fortunately, Leanne Battersby quickly steps in and offers Ollie a job as the new chef at Speed Doll. Relieved to have another opportunity in Weatherfield, Ollie happily accepts the role. Coronation Street is broadcast on ITV1 every weeknight at 8:30 p.m., with episodes also available to watch on demand via ITVX.